Welcome back to the Work Pals Podcast, episode 5. I'm your host, Aaron.
I'm Noelle, and for the first time ever, we have a very special guest. John Marie is here.
Hi.
She is one of my friends, and then she also just happens to date my brother, but that's pretty irrelevant.
Okay.
Fun facts about me. I am.
I feel like we're at camp when we're doing an icebreaker. Everybody go around and say a fun fact that nobody knows.
I will have to say this to tie it to last week's episode because I was talking to Noelle earlier today.
Yeah.
Okay. You were talking about Waffle House.
Yeah.
Waffle House was the place that we used to go to after we closed out the bar at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's always kind of like, it's not nice. It's not bad, but it's also not nice.
No.
We're all drunk, but we know, like, they're not going to judge us there. And we're going to be fine. We're, like, safer. Safe-ish. Yeah, and we want to get some greasy food to not be hungover the next day.
The only threat in Waffle House is you getting into a fight with one of your friends. Because people be fighting at Waffle House.
Yes, I have yelled at my friends before at Waffle House.
Waffle House is... Yeah,
they were acting crazy.
Well, so 2 a.m., you've been drinking a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you from?
So, I was born in Puerto Rico, but I moved to Mississippi when I was 11. And then I moved here 2 years ago.
Oh, so you're from Mississippi?
Yeah.
Oh, so Waffle House is big out there.
Yeah.
Because we don't have like a Waffle... Our closest Waffle House is not... There's not a Waffle House in Connecticut.
I've never been to a Waffle House.
Where's the closest one? I don't remember. It might be...
Is there one in New York? Maybe.
All I know is like it was my first time going to one, but they're infamous for one, not judging people. They're like diners, like they're open.
Lana Del Rey went to one in Mississippi or Alabama and was working at it. We need a friend.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yes.
But the people fight there. Like people throw hands, bro. Because again, it's a recipe for fights. Drunk people, middle of the night, cheap food, judgment-free zone. The employees fight, like it's...
Yeah. I've never seen an actual fight go down. Definitely, like, have had arguments with my friends in there. I'm like, you need to stop right now. Like, gonna eat your food. Yeah, I was the DD a lot of times, so it was like, you're acting embarrassment. Like, sit down, eat your food. Like, come on now. Like,
I also didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
you can tell the people anything you want right now. You have our audience's ear right now to say, okay, this is what we want from you. We want one fun fact. This is
it. Aaron's like, the floor is yours, but let me keep talking.
Because give us one fun fact, right? Give us one hot take.
Okay.
So something that's like, you only tell your friends is a hot take. Okay. And then tell us a little bit about like what brought you to Connecticut.
Okay. So I'm going to start with what brought me to Connecticut.
Yes.
I have family in the greater Boston area. And when I came out of college, I was starting to just look for a job in the New England area. And my sister lives in Connecticut. So when I got the job, I gave her a call and I was like, can I stay with you, please? Love you. And it ended up being the best thing I ever did because me and my sister have an 18-year difference. And so I think I'm the youngest of 6. And it was a great opportunity to like interact with my siblings in a way that I hadn't done before. Like I feel like before I would come visit for a month or so, and I felt, they probably wouldn't say this, but I felt like they still viewed me like a kid because I was their little sister. But actually living with my sister, I feel like we've grown a bond of actual sisters, and like I can tell her, be like, you're being dumb, like we need to chill out and stuff like that. And also her seeing me as an adult and how I handle my work or like starting to date, things like that. It kind of like gave her an opportunity to view me differently of like, oh, she's actually like very mature, like very smart, and like someone they actually want to hang out with. So now she's one of my best friends. So It was cool.
Bet. What's your hot take?
Okay. Hot take.
Think on the spot.
I think some people are too comfortable in their body.
Hey!
I love that.
Ah, yes.
I love that.
That's why it's a hot
I back
take.
that. I back that.
That's why it's a hot take.
Yeah, I think people should know how like a place and time, and I think that's not taught enough. Like, yeah, maybe that would be more of a better hot take that encompasses everything. People need to be more okay with learning place and time for things.
Fair.
Like the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they behave themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I think people take you more seriously, and working in corporate America, like, people take you more seriously when you know how to present yourselves.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of interns or new hires that don't know how to, like, present themselves, and you can tell.
Right.
Like, I don't know how you're gonna survive in the world. Like,
right. I think it is like a big like generational difference. Whereas like they are like the younger people are like so comfortable just being like, oh well, like I get to decide what I wear every day and I want to wear this and blah 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 blah. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's professional.
Yeah. Well, the corporate siren was a big thing on TikTok, and then other people started coming out that actually work in corporate America, being like, if you wear that to your job,
HR immediately.
Yes. Yeah. Immediate. So
that's a good hot take. I'm not gonna lie.
That is.
I think that's solid.
I wouldn't have even thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hard to think of something on the spot.
Yeah. Job. What's your fun fact?
I was born in an island, but I can't swim.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. Faker. I know. Well, I almost drowned when I was little. Okay, I'm being a little dramatic. So
you can go in a pool, but you can't like swim like in the ocean without touching the bottom.
Yeah, it freaks me out that I can't touch the bottom. In a pool, we're enclosed, like it's fine.
Okay.
And I learned that after like being an adult. But when I was little, we were at the beach and my aunt was holding me, and old wives' tale and how people do. They're like, oh, just throw her. She'll like learn how to swim eventually. Like she'll learn how to swim like by her own.
Yeah.
And she like dropped me, and immediately I was just scared, and I was just like grabbing onto her. It's like, no, like that's not what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna fend for myself.
No, don't they do that now with babies?
Yeah.
They just be like,
I'm just picturing, they drop you and you just go right to the bottom and you're just like,
yeah.
For real.
So today on episode 5, we're going to be talking about toxic friendship. We're going to talk about Love Island a little bit. And we're going to talk about our week. Why don't you start, Noelle?
Sure. Let's see. So I went to a bridal shower this weekend, had to travel, so I was away for the whole weekend. But once again with my college friends, which is always a good time. But Friday night was the night before the shower, and we're gonna take it cool, casual, comfy, and then we go to the bar and we have 6 too many drinks. So yeah, that was a time, but it was fun. I didn't regret an ounce of it. And then the next day was the shower. Everything was really, really nice. But funny story, we were driving. I think it was that morning, unless it was the day before, but we passed like a store. And there was like an older lady inside the store, kind of like wiggling the handle. And I was like, oh, she's like checking it's locked. But we're sitting at this stoplight and she's still wiggling it. And I was like, she's trying to get out. So I say to my friends, I was like, I think that lady is stuck in that store. And so then she starts walking away and we're like, is she getting a running head start? But she comes back up to it and she's still jiggling it. She couldn't get out and we just drove away. And I was like, wait, are we liable now?
Did you really just leave her?
Yeah. But it was just very funny. I feel like it was more of like a had to be there kind of thing, but it was funny. Can you tell me if I put anything else on the notes about the bridal shower?
Bridal shower, drinks Friday, can't hang Saturday, lady locked in store. Something about underwear.
Oh.
your face.
The hair, I cannot get it in my mouth. I'll lose it.
Underwear?
Okay.
Something about underwear.
So bridal shower was good. Had a great time. Saturday couldn't hang because like I cannot just drink like that 2 days in a row. Last night, John Marie and I went to a concert.
It was fun. It was a good time.
It was really good. It was camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really great. And we're there for under 10 minutes and we're walking, you know, as girls picking our outfits, huge debacle.
Yep. Chased like 5 times.
Yeah, exactly. So I look at John Marie suddenly and I'm like, my underwear just broke. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, the side where it connects just snapped. So we're walking and I'm like, I'm going to have to throw out my underwear. Like, I don't know another like way to handle this situation. So she was like, why don't you just tie it? So I was able to go in the bathroom and tie the sides of my underwear together. But just like what? I've never had that happen before.
Mind you, we had just gotten there. So it wasn't like, oh, okay, well, we'll make you. No, we just got there and this happened.
Yeah.
We couldn't find the bathrooms because they had porta potties outside. So like, okay, I guess you have to go in.
Yeah.
See what works.
How does that happen?
No, I have no idea. And like, in all fairness, those were underwear from high school.
Oh.
But like, they're like no-show underwear. So like, I don't wear them a lot, you know?
You have underwears left over from high school?
Well, like, I don't wear them a lot.
Do you have underwears left over from high school?
Yeah.
You don't?
My oldest pair of boxers is only a year old. You cycle every year. You get 3 or 4 packs of boxers every year. You throw your old ones out.
I think I've had some of my underwear my whole life.
Your whole life. I'm just kidding.
Well, it's clean. It's not like
here's
the thing. You're cycling through underwear because you have poop stains. That's the only way.
Wait, no. I don't have poop stains. First of all, I buy all black underwear. That's been my
so you can't see them
for like 3 years because I just think they look better, and you don't have to pick what color you're wearing. You just grab your boxers. They're all the same too, but they rip and they get old. And the material after you watch like a year's worth of washes, you go to pull them up and they just rip, and you're like, oh, those are gone.
Yeah, well, if it rips, then it's going in the trash. Or
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like. What else? Socks.
Socks last until there's holes in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That could
for
be
sure.
Could be 2 years. Could be 8.
Fair. Okay.
If they're white and they're like stained and ugly, then I thought
judgment-free zone here. I'm not judging either of you.
Clearly.
I'm thinking though. Thinking like for men, it's like there's a lot more material that goes into it, like your underwear. So pulling that up probably like.
Yeah.
Not to be TMI, but when I'm pulling up, it's just like easy. Yeah. Whereas like it's kind of like maybe a little more force that's like pulling at your underwear.
Yeah. And it like usually where it rips is where you grab it the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd probably say after maybe 2 years worth of washes, they all are about to rip.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's sometimes you wear it out the house and then you go to use the bathroom and you just look and there's rips all in it and you're like, oh, why did I? So I've started. This is me personally. I don't say everyone else does this. I cycle them out every year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just get a bunch of packs, all the same. Like I just usually go with like a black Fruit of the Loom boxer brief. And I just get 4 packs. They're in the drawer. They're all the same color. I don't think about it. Boom, boom, boom.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Judgment-free zone though.
Yeah. Well, I think also the material of yours probably wears more in the wash, whereas ours doesn't really wear.
Yeah. Also, maybe you guys are buying higher quality.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm just buying like cheap Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
You guys are buying like.
But if you're keeping up with it, that's a you thing.
Maybe $50 like.
Yeah.
Victoria's Secret.
A little more about the concert though that I do want to talk about is crowd etiquette. Because I remember like we're dancing, we're having such a good time, and like we were in a standing section, but like super close, so like it was ideal for us because we're gonna be dancing anyways.
Yeah.
And first thing that sets me off, do you remember that girl's scream?
Yes. No, she kept screaming though the whole time. So we're there. We're probably like 2 people behind the barricades, and I guess it was part of the song. The song's called Swim, and he said something about a shark in the song, and then all of a sudden she starts screaming behind us.
Like, no, like
God.
bloody murder.
Yes, and Noelle turns behind, she goes, "I'm suspecting a knife."
Yeah.
I thought somebody was getting stabbed behind us. Like,
Bruh.
that was the vibe it gave, and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to run.
Yeah.
Oh,
by the end of the night, like, one of the guys was pretty drunk, and he kept telling the girl, like, "Oh, just come with me to the bathroom. Just come with me to the bathroom." And his friend was like, "You need to chill out."
Yeah.
I'm very big on, like, observing the
Wow.
crowd, so every time, like, there was a break in the music because they needed water or whatever, I'd be listening to their conversation.
Wait,
Oh
I did
my
not
God.
hear that
Yeah.
part.
Do we know why she yelled when he was talking about the shark?
I think she was just really excited.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was I think they were all kind of drunk, so they were like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just feel like it is annoying when people are pushing on you in a crowd. Like, there was room
Yeah.
for all of us to be standing
Yeah.
comfortably.
Oh, for sure. There was so much room there, which I'm glad we got standing seats because everybody was standing up, even if you had a seat. And the price was not different
Oh.
to be up front, but there was plenty of space around us to be like have our own bubble, and people were just kept pushing, like especially the people behind us. I was like, okay, there's only so much more space I have forward.
Right.
Do you feel like it's a question related to concerts? Do you feel like after a certain age, you just don't want to deal with those crowds? Like when I was younger, I was fine with crowds. I'm like, oh, bump me, it's fine. The last concert I went to, I think I was 33 when I went, and I was like, nah, this isn't it. Standing up, no seats, pressed together, being bumped, and then people having to like squeeze through because they got to use the bathroom. I was like, this ain't never again.
Yeah. I think it depends. Like, if it was like a more rock or pop that people were going to be hardcore dancing around us, absolutely not. It was camp is just very like folklore vibey type music. So there wasn't a lot of like fist bump dancing. It was just kind of like, okay,
Yeah, it was like a kind of like chill
Yeah.
back and forth. But I don't know. I feel like it just depends on the vibe. Like, if you're in a good mood and you want to be dancing your butt off, then like that kind of crowd is going to be so fun if it's like a pop thing. But like, you just have to, like, it has to be a band I think you love, love, love to be in that situation.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense, yeah.
but yeah, I guess like, I mean, there were like older adults there that were like obviously big fans. So I don't know. And I like some of them were standing, some were sitting. So
Yeah.
depends on your vibe.
I'm a sitter now.
You're a sitter.
Yeah, I'm a sitter. What'd you guys do for Father's Day?
Father's Day.
You guys were together, right?
We were together with my father.
Oh,
yeah, we went to a brewery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was cloudy outside, but it was good weather overall, so it was nice.
Yeah, it ended up getting sunny. I went to Captain's Cove with my dad and my uncles, and that was fun. Yeah, I waited in line like 40 minutes for a hot dog and some fish and chips.
Wow.
No.
That's a long time to wait in line.
It was a long time. And then my dad wanted a Bud Light, but where you buy drinks is separate from where you get food. So I had to order my food and then go up to the bar. And this is Bridgeport, mind you. And it's a nice location, but they pat you down to get into the bar.
What?
Yep. And like I was fine with it, but an old man came after me and they started patting him down. He was like his face, he was really upset. Either way, you have to do that. So then you had to come back down, and then I still had to wait for my food to be done. But it was fun. My dad had a good. That's all I'm.
I'm not over this whole. I've never been patted down to go into a bar.
Have you ever been to Captain's Cove?
No.
It's similar to that one place in Milford that's like on the water.
Oh, Dockside?
Yes, but they have like live music at Captain's Cove. Like they have bands that come and play, and it's so packed that again, and they don't check you anywhere else, but just to get into the bar, which is upstairs, they literally card you and then they pat you down.
Interesting.
Yeah, guys and girls. I'm like, oh, okay. I couldn't bring my gun in. No, but I'm just happy my dad had a good time. I wanted to make sure he didn't have to get up and wait in line, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get food. You need anything? he was there with his new girlfriend. Not new, they've been dating for like 2 years, but his current girlfriend. And
his forever girl.
And they were dancing.
Oh,
I
that's
posted
cute.
I posted a video on Instagram because I was like, oh, he's really dancing. But then as I'm watching it and observing him, and like I go, oh yeah, he's getting older. Like, cause he still
Aw.
has the moves, but it was like not as like,
Yeah.
Suave.
Aw.
it was a good time.
That's
Father's Day
good.
was good.
All right, let's transition over to some Love Island chat. John Marie and I are both caught up. We're up to date as of right now.
Yeah. Remind the people what the show is. I don't watch it, so I have no idea what they're talking about. But
Oh, okay. Love Island, it's where a group of people go to Fiji. They don't have any phones or access to the outside world. And they have to couple up with somebody. If you're not coupled up with somebody, you could potentially have to go home. There is a cash or like money prize at the end.
Oh, I did not know that though.
Right. But like I think we get to vote. America gets to vote.
Yeah, on the favorite couple.
Yeah.
Normally it's someone that kind of is like America's sweetheart, so they normally have been together for a while and stuff like that. Like last season, Serena and Cordell won, and they were coupled up from the beginning. But it was also fun to see like their relationship evolve. And they're still together to this day and are super sweet together.
And it's like there are new people coming in though throughout the show. So it's like kind of like explore your options, but see who you come back to at the end of the day type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. There's a lot of drama. And so on the most recent episode, there was a recoupling and it was between Huda and Jalen going home and people had to stand behind them. So let's talk a little bit about Huda's crash out. And like, I want to hear what you think about her friends, like the girls specifically, backing her and things like that.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't watch, she was coupled up with this guy named Jeremiah before. And her and Jeremiah were coupled up since the first day they got there. And every time someone else comes in, like a new girl comes in, she immediately tells the girl, she's like, that's my man. Like, you can't talk to him. But on the flip side, like, she goes, like, if the bombshells come and try to kiss her, like, she'll participate. And if it was the other way around, like, Jeremiah's trying to participate, then she immediately goes, like, no.
Right.
And America voted to couple him up with this girl named Iris. And she started calling him out of his name and just saying, like, my husband never would, like, he's a boy, like, just being very nasty.
She was using some vulgar language.
Yes.
America's kind of messy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, America's watching. They're like, nah, recouple him. We're gonna see a crash.
No, that's just it. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
people like you can't necessarily be mad that she crashed out because that's why people voted the way they did so that she would crash out, which is cruel.
Yeah. But I think they also didn't want them together.
Well, yeah, it was a very toxic cycle. I mean, like they would
Yes.
argue about just about anything.
Yeah. So I don't watch the show, but I've been watching all the clips having to do with Jeremiah and Huda.
Did you see though a clip that said that they hooked up like with everybody in the room?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that's crazy.
I saw a clip that was like, dang, she couldn't eat, like the second the lights went off, like she just rolled over and started kissing it, bro.
They zoomed in on them, and it shows the caption that he said, once the lights go off, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I will say that like the clips are hilarious, especially whenever something's going on with them and the other guys' expressions. Like they'll just like be side-eyeing each other.
Yeah. Or Ace side-eyeing Amaya.
Yeah. It's kind of entertaining.
But I do want to like give Huda a little bit of a break because she had a crash out. Yes, like she seems like she might have a little bit of toxicity going on, but her friends did post on her Instagram that she's never watched the show. She doesn't understand how it works. So to her going into the show, she thought she found somebody she connected with. So she thought like, oh, my job here is done. Like, I found somebody I could potentially fall in love with.
Yeah.
When there's like new people coming in, the point is to like explore your options a little bit.
Sure.
So she doesn't know that. So like from her perspective, I could see why she's kind of like, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit of a double standard. But in terms of her treatment towards Jeremiah, do you think the girls, like, obviously they had her back, but do you think they should have vocalized a little bit more about, like, I don't know, like trying to help her calm her down and things like that?
Yeah, I think they should have. I really liked when Sierra told her, like, you need to stop calling him names, like, especially if you see something else going on with him. Because I think, I don't know, that's just rude and disrespectful to call somebody out of their name, even if you're mad at them, because what determines that you won't do that again?
Yeah, and also if you're willing to do that while on TV.
Yeah, imagine what you do behind closed doors. It's just crazy.
Right.
So I think I really like that. I wish that would have happened more of the girls being like, your feelings are valid. We understand why you're acting the way that you're acting, but like we need to be classy. Like you need to be open. You need to be like chill out a little bit.
And I get it. It's hard because it's like they all just met each other for the first time when they got there too. It's not like
they're not even like crazy close.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. These haven't been girls for life. So it's like, how do you say, like, you need to stop? Like, you need to calm down?
Yeah.
Because, like, you, like, this one, this is on TV. Two, nobody deserves to be treated like that. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But also, like, I am supporting you and I validate your feelings, but, like, stop.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you treat your friends differently that you've just met versus the one that you've known for a long time? Because Alondria said something like relating to Huda and Jeremiah. She said, in my normal friendships, I normally wouldn't just like support the delusion, but in this instance, like I am gonna support the delusion.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's a good,
It is.
Yeah, because
you're not comfortable enough with them to be brutally honest.
They don't know each other deeply.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that because as I'm watching the clips, I'm just like, dang, no one wants to tell her.
Yeah.
Like, because the guys, I don't know. I'm not saying guys and girls treat new friends different. New guys call each other out all the time. I feel like, I feel like Jeremiah, like the guys were calling him out on his stuff. Like, well, you told her you kind of like locked in too quick, and I feel like you're fake because of that. That's kind of confrontational. You just met this man, and
That's
you're telling him.
true.
Where I feel like the girls, understandably, you're trying to be supportive, but you don't know this person, so you can't really. Like I saw one girl told her because she was crying because she was like, "Oh, America doesn't like me because they recoupled," and then the girl told her she was like, "Oh, well, maybe they saw something he's doing that you didn't." But it's kind of like, I think
No, but in their defense, they don't know what we're thinking. They don't know even what parts of the show are being shown.
They also don't know what Jeremiah is saying, but like when he's away from her.
They have no idea. So from their perspective, they're like,
yeah.
Does America like Jeremiah? Does America like Huda? Do they hate all of us? Like, what the heck?
So do you think they're toxic or not toxic?
Toxic.
100%.
Unpopular opinion, I'm gonna say they're not.
Why?
Really?
You haven't watched the show.
I'm gonna say from what I've seen, I'm talking about her friends, not her, not Jeremiah. No.
Okay, that changes my answer.
She's like, I don't think her friends are toxic.
No, from what I've seen with Jeremiah and Huda, both of them are like he's letting her be delusional about them like locking in together and not explicitly saying, "Hey, I feel like you got to pump the brakes." He's just kind of letting it happen.
Yeah.
So
and I think too, like they're very toxic together. That doesn't mean they're toxic people individually.
Yes.
Maybe this just isn't the
sense.
connection for them. That's, I think, what it comes down to.
But I don't think her friends on the show are toxic because they don't know this girl. They're just trying their best to give her to just be supportive. We see the whole picture of what's going on, but they don't see the whole picture of what's going on. Like they don't know the conversation the guys are having. They don't know the conversations verbatim that her and Jeremiah have. We get to see that. And so I don't think they're toxic. I think they're just trying their best to, I think a toxic friend would be someone who knows you very well, knows the kind of standards you're trying to set, knows the life you're trying to live, knows the type of people you want to be with, and then when you're doing the opposite, they just enable it. And they don't want to tell you like really what's going on. They're just like, nah, they like feed your delusion, you know?
Yeah, that's true. But
But they have
where's
to
the
know you
line
deeply.
between brutal honesty and toxicity?
Mm, unpopular opinion. I think most of the time when you're being brutally honest, you're not being toxic. I think most of the time you're actually being toxic when you're hiding the truth from a friend.
I guess it depends on your delivery,
100%. Yeah, because you can't just be mean. That's
right? Imagine
yeah,
if I was like, I don't like that hat on you.
yeah, yeah. Like ugh, I hate when you wear hats. You look so ugly in hats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's like you're trying to
Versus
break
just
the
being
person
like, oh,
down.
do you have a different hat you can try on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or to be or just be like, me personally, I don't really like that hat on you. I think the
Yeah.
other one you wore looks better.
Yeah.
Like, but you do you.
Mm-hmm.
But with relationships, it's hard because like sometimes you want to tell a friend like, "Oh, I don't think that's the best thing for you, but you just feel like, they're so happy though. Like, let it pan out. Am I the only one?
No, I think you're right. I think it's also how you word it, because similar to Love Island, like we don't get to see in our friends' like relationship
Oh yeah,
what's going on, yeah, in that.
That's
And
true.
yeah, that's true.
you just kind of have to post it off of like, all right, how are you feeling? Like, how is this person making you feel? Like, what's going on behind closed doors? At the end of the night, do you feel like I'm gonna crash out? Like, this person's not good? And I feel like taking that approach with my friends instead of being like, I don't like your boyfriend and I think you should break up has made the difference.
Gotcha.
Because,
They need to learn it for themselves.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
you can't just tell somebody, like, you can't force someone to do something they don't want to do.
That and all that does is enable them to start keeping secrets from you and not want to talk to you about things because they already know you're just going to say to break up with the person.
Yeah.
When you already know maybe that you're not ready to do that yet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So,
Yeah.
toxic relationships versus toxic friendships are very different
Yeah.
because also like a relationship if it's toxic like inevitably I think it's normally going to end hopefully, not necessarily, but like I feel like a friendship that you've invested years and years and years into,
Yeah.
potentially your whole life, that turns toxic, that's going to be hard to get out of.
Rough. Yeah.
But is it a matter of like, do you get out of it or do you just like, at this point, you're so close with that person, do you sit them down and be like, listen, this is not normal?
Yeah.
Have you had patches in your friendships that you've had to sit them down of like, we're clashing, we're not meeting eye to eye?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had to create distance between friends because they're in a really toxic season of their life where like they seem to just be like destroying everything around them and everyone they come to contact with. And then I find it's like now it's my turn. Like they're directing it towards me. All their phone calls are always like
Negative.
negative. They're being negative. I don't want to say negative because they're venting about what they're going through, but they are also not actively trying to get out of it.
Mm.
And you're trying to tell them the advice that like, hey, no, you should get out of this situation that you're in. And it's like they're just using you to dump negativity and trauma, but not actually taking your advice. So you feel drained every time you talk to them. They only text you when they need something, whether that be emotionally or financially. And you start to be like, bro, this isn't, you've changed. Like, people change, and I feel like when it's a relationship, you, you have more of a obligation or responsibility to try and grow through it. But when it's a friendship, sometimes it's just like, sorry. Like, I have to, I'm not saying you might need to get some distance from them.
Yeah.
And let that season pass.
Yeah.
Especially if you're actively, it's not like they're going through something and you're just like, well, I'm not going to take their phone calls. It's more when you realize that like they're not trying to get out of it. They're asking you for advice, but they're not taking your advice. They're just draining. And it's like they're just looking at you as someone to vent to and trauma dump. And this isn't beneficial for them. It's not beneficial for me. I just got to let it,
Yeah.
you know?
Let it right out.
What about
Bitch,
you?
it kisses out. Yeah, I've had friendships where I've had to had hard conversations with like, listen, I think this is very one-sided. Like, you're telling me about all your problems, but you don't care to kind of know about what's going on in my life or what's going on and like what my struggles are. I'm perfectly fine with my closest friends being like, okay, I can back up because I know like you need me this time. But I feel like if it's just a regular friend, like we're not close friends, we haven't been friends for a long time, and it's a one-sided relationship, I'm more okay with being like, hey, I feel a little like.
Do you feel like afterwards you guys just have more distance, or do you feel like the friendship improves because you're able to be open and honest with them?
It depends on the other person. Like, if the other person takes it as like, oh, I was being judgy and that trying to convey that I needed more from the friendship, then we haven't been friends. And there's plenty of people that like I know from college that were just no longer friends because they weren't able to provide that friendship.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's other people that like I've had conversations with, like, listen, like this is where my mental state is at. Like, I understand yours. Like, we need to figure out a way to like be better friends, and like they
Right.
become amazing friends that
Mm-hmm.
I'm still able to talk to this day. So
Right.
I feel
It's
like it depends on
normal
the
to
other
like
person.
grow apart from some people.
Yeah.
And it's also normal to like not necessarily be in constant contact with your friends,
Yeah.
but still be able to be there for each other when it
Exactly.
matters the most.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I feel like sometimes what makes a friend toxic isn't even sometimes their behavior, right? But how they make you feel, like how they're behave. Because sometimes they're not even doing anything that's technically we would consider toxic or wrong, but the way that that friendship makes you feel. After I hang out with people, I kind of like assess how do I feel, like, and even sometimes after I've had fun, I feel like, nah, you know what? Like, yes, I was like in a haze and like, I'm having fun, but then I realized like this after I hang out with this person, I feel this way.
Yeah.
Like, even if you feel like, you know what, I feel like I wasted time. They cause me to waste time. They kind of get me off track of where I'm trying to go. Just say you're supposed to be studying, and you have that one friend that always hits you up, convinces you, don't study, come have fun, and then keeps you out way longer than you need to be, and then like you miss work, something like that. They're not necessarily bad or toxic in the traditional sense because they're not maliciously doing anything, but it's more like you have to assess in a friendship like, how did that make me feel? Like when I was in that season, they gave me this advice. After the fact, how did I feel? And I think you have to kind of choose like maybe they're not toxic, but they're toxic for me. Like they're
Yeah.
poison to me in a sense.
Right.
Relationships are the same way. Some people are great outside their relationship, but with that person, awful.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
Is there something else you wanted to say about it? Like,
Yeah. Have you ever been a
Go ahead.
toxic friend?
You don't want to.
Because you have.
Probably.
Oh, I've never been a toxic friend.
Really?
People might consider me sometimes not a good friend because I'm just not the coddling type. I'm not always going to be there for you. I have to spread myself a little thin because I happen to know a lot of people and I have a lot of family and I have a lot of.
I do have a story.
Yeah, let's do it.
I left a toxic friendship.
Oh.
So I had been friends with somebody for a long time when we were like young.
Huh.
And we were friends on and off for like most of our life. And then we kind of got through this period of time where I recognized that she always had some kind of drama going on in her life.
Mm.
And that's fine. But it was like beefing with one girl or another girl or whatever. And it's like that just becomes, a lot.
Yeah.
And then, and it had been me occasionally, but not enough for me to be like, I hate you or something, crazy.
Mm.
It always ended up working out. But then, one time, and it was something so minuscule that happened. But the blow up after that was not worth it. Like, I was just like, I already know that you're running to this person, and this person
Yeah.
and talking so negatively about me. And that also no accountability. I mean, like, I can recognize that, like, sure, this is maybe like a stupid fight, but also at the same time, you need to be able to recognize that, like, you can't, like, my feelings are valid, your feelings are valid, whatever.
Yeah.
But instead, I felt like it was just constantly being put down. And so at the end of the day, I ended up just blocking her off of everything, including her phone number.
He's completely blocked.
Yeah. And I think, like, yes, I loved her as a friend, but also the drama. It was just so stressful that I was just like, I got to the point where I was just like, I'm not benefiting from this friendship right now.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
Right. And it's like, I just feel like this could potentially happen again. So it's best for me at this point in my life to just leave the situation. And like, I wish the best for her and everything. And she has a ton of other friends. So like, I knew that she'd be completely fine. Yeah, but had to leave.
So this is how you identify a toxic friendship right here. We just got it. Noelle just dropped all the nuggets for you. 1, they don't take any accountability. So their actions don't result in them taking any type of accountability. 2, they're a drama magnet. No matter what, drama will come find them. And because they don't take accountability, they are never at fault for the drama. But drama will find them. They go to the store, the gas station, their family, drama's on them. The last thing, they don't validate your feelings. So when you express how you're feeling, they always brush it off. It does not matter. And I think that's like a textbook toxic friend. That's toxic behavior and it's mad destructive.
I agree.
Yeah.
No.
But
that
have
was
you
good.
ever been the toxic? I'm just kidding. No.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure I have. It's hard to like,
Yeah.
that's something I think everybody can probably look back and really reflect on, and like looking back at your treatment of not like old past things because those are done, but like your friendships now, like how are you treating them the way they should be? Like that is something that's valuable to think about
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's true. Yeah.
You
Take
know?
accountability.
Am I being a good friend to my friends because I care about them and I
Stay away
want
from
them in my
drama.
life?
Yeah. Like, am I treating them how I want them to treat me?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and a narcissist will never be able to think like
Yeah.
that. So,
A crash out. That's what I labeled all those qualities are the qualities of a crash out.
yeah.
They don't take accountability, mad drama. They don't validate anybody's feelings. It's all about them. I feel like we've all had friends like that. And you're like, bro, I can't deal. I can't do it.
Let's talk food.
Let's talk food.
I've changed my mind about what the food topic's going to be. Chipotle or Moe's?
Oh.
Ew.
What?
To both?
Yeah, first of all, ill to both. Just go to a Mexican restaurant.
Okay, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I agree with
But
that too, but that wasn't the question.
if I had to pick, Chipotle is just not even in the running anymore. They give you a third of a scoop of everything. Like the portions are tiny. The food isn't flavorful anymore. I think they're gonna start charging you for the sauce soon. What's that sauce called? I wouldn't be surprised if they start charging you for the free items, like the corn salsa and like.
Yeah.
They really suck with the portions.
I think here's my thing. Moe's, fresher quality, good portion, like they give you a lot more topping options, I feel like. But there's something about the taste of the Chipotle that's just a little better.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is though.
Okay, so what's your we'll find out right now. What's your go-to Chipotle order?
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna get a bowl with white rice or brown rice. I go back and forth. Okay. I'm getting a bowl with rice, chicken, black beans, fajita veggies, lettuce, cheese, mild salsa, guacamole.
Take the rice away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still like Chipotle? Think about all the other toppings. I think their rice is amazing, and I think all their other toppings are mid.
Yeah, that's
Their
actually a
rice
really
is
good
just
point.
so good. It's like cilantro and lime. Their rice is
Yeah,
really
rice
good.
is really good.
Like, I
That's
could
a
just
really
eat the
good
rice.
point.
Yeah.
Like everything else, I just be like, well, I guess I have to get.
Right, that's true.
You know?
And like, I don't always like the meat.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I wish they were just a rice spot. Like I really do like Chipotle's rice is so good.
You could probably just get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait,
But-
okay, John Marie, what are your thoughts?
I am a Moe's girl. I like them better. My But my Moe's order and my Chipotle order are different.
Okay, what are they?
When I'm going to Moe's, I opt for a burrito, and then I just put everything on it. I like their chicken or steak. I would do either of those. I'll do lettuce, sour cream, cheese, tomatoes, and then I'll see what else they have. And, like, depending on how it looks, beans and rice is always a must.
Yeah.
But at Chipotle, I get a bowl.
Yeah.
Rice. It's mainly just rice. I get steak. Sometimes I'm really weird with getting chicken different places. And their chicken, for some reason, it just kind of, like, goes to me a little.
You get chips with your bowl?
Yes.
Or you get, like, the tortilla on the side?
No, I get chips, and then I scoop it up.
How are Moe's tortillas?
I think they're fine.
Yeah? Because I like Chipotle's a lot.
I will give you that. Chipotle has some good
They do have good tortillas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Their queso, too. The white queso is so good.
Yeah, from Moe's?
That's good.
Nah, from Chipotle.
I think Moe's queso is better, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I don't get Chipotle's guac. I just don't care for it too
Really?
much. Yeah.
It's way overpriced for what you get, but it is good guac.
Yeah.
And if you order on the app and they ever forget to give you guac, I always tell them and they'll give you like a free entree.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, that's kind of a big L. Yeah.
That's a huge
that make or breaks my bowl.
But it's like 2012 Chipotle? Crazy, bro.
Oh, it was hot then.
Peak. They used to just pop. You'd be like, a little less.
Yeah, right.
A little less meat on there, sir. Like, they're just piling steak. You're like, oh, I can't eat. Thank you, man.
They're like, just tell me when to stop.
You're like, oh. No, but now it's like, man, they really cut back. And then their bowls, I just saw like a video about it. Their bowls are actually going to be slightly smaller.
Really?
Yeah, bro. They can't win. I'm telling you, like, it's wild.
Yeah, they're not helping themselves. Yeah, that's crazy.
They give you a tiny bit, and then you go, can I get a little bit more? And they're like, oh, so you want an extra? No, I don't want extra, bro. Like, that's what messed it up for me. It's just like,
I think I'm going to have to start going to Moe's more.
Yeah. I feel like you get more food for the price.
Yeah.
Rice ain't the same, though. I will tell you that.
Really?
Yeah, you're going to like be like, it's not the same.
Moe's, I think, has an option to get jalapenos, right? I'm pretty sure.
I think so, yeah.
I love that option because I feel like I want Mexican food. I want spicy, but I don't like the hot salsa at Chipotle.
Yeah. Just to get some jalapenos on top would actually be really good.
Yeah.
So when you go to Chipotle or Moe's, is it because you're craving Mexican food?
No.
Convenience. It's usually just convenience.
Okay.
Yeah, convenience.
It used to be because I just was really hungry and I wanted like bang for the buck. Like I wanted a lot of food. So now because Chipotle gives less, anytime I think about Chipotle, I'd be like, no, because they're gonna mess up my order. They're gonna give me a time. Especially because if you don't go in and you order on Uber Eats, you remember this when we used to order at work. Anytime we would order at work, I feel like they would give you even less food.
Bro. Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because they don't have that guilt of you just staring at them while they're giving you small scoops.
And I feel like whenever you order in like that type of setting and everybody's opening up your bowl, you're always looking around to be like, who got the skimpiest bowl? Who got a full one? And it's the fact that that's even an option. Like if you get less toppings, then you need to get more of everything else so that it's a filling meal.
Yeah.
But also leftovers from Chipotle suck.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that.
Even though that time I came to record, you had old Chipotle on the table.
Oh, you ate it.
With not even Chipotle chips. It was just like random chips. Yeah, I can't. Because if I'm craving Mexican food, I'm going to go to a taco truck. I'm going to go somewhere. Like, there's a spot in Bridgeport called the Torta Shop. Like, I'm going to go somewhere where there's like Mexican food. But Moe's or Chipotle, I feel like it's pure convenience. Maybe you're driving by.
Like, those are like fast food. Like, those aren't real Mexican food.
Yeah.
It's different.
But Chipotle used to be really good.
Yeah, but it still wasn't the place I would go to if I was craving a good Mexican meal because I want like something crazy at a Mexican restaurant. I want a salsa bar.
Like,
I want a salsa bar.
What do you mean by that?
You sounded so excited when you said that.
What do you mean by that? She said, I want something crazy. Like this, you want mariachi music in a Mexican man to pour tequila in your mouth?
Like I want like a fat burrito on a plate, but like it's not a burrito. It's some kind of Mexican dish with brown sauce all over it.
Like a smothered enchilada burrito thing.
Yes. Like I want like that's what I mean by something crazy. Is something that I cannot get. Like
I need a language barrier. It's the only way the food's good for me, bro. It needs to be like I need to have trouble ordering, but when the order comes out, I'm just like, yeah, you got it. You did
that
your
is
thing,
kind of
bro.
true. Like I'm even thinking of like, because like I'm Italian, but like if I go somewhere and people have like a thick Italian accent, I'm like,
the food's gonna be good
here. It's gonna be good, but also like I don't want to have to pronounce my meal.
No,
I'm embarrassed.
If they don't speak, they need to speak really fast at Italian restaurants. If I can't track what you're saying, I'm like, yo, the food they're about to do their thing with that lasagna.
When you have to like point to the item on the menu because you can't say
it.
Or you say it wrong and they correct you, you're like, yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, get that. That's the one. So this has been a very fun episode of the Work Pals podcast. We had our first guest. This is episode 5.
This is episode 5.
Episode 5. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. Because you're not commenting. When we see you, we're gonna find you.
Yeah, and we also still need you guys to share some horror stories. We can't do that episode until we get some.
Yeah.
So that will be in the future.
Yeah.
But
take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, go. Why are you still here? You gotta go.
Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. It's crazy. Go do something.